Welcome to this channel to hear a new information, story, orthography, news and biography. Today we are gonna listen biography of Thomas Edison. Who is Thomas Edison? Do you know Thomas Edison? Who know Thomas Edison? Listen up to the end to hear amazing events. Thomas Alva Edison was born on February 11, 1847, in the small town of Milan, Ohio, United States, at a time when electricity was still largely unknown and modern technology had not yet transformed daily human life. His birth came during an era of rapid industrial change that would later provide the perfect environment for his inventive genius. He was the youngest of 7 children in a modest family that struggled financially at various times, teaching him from an early age the importance of resilience, independence, and perseverance. These early life challenges helped shape his strong character and determination. Edison's father, Samuel Edison Jr., was an ambitious man who tried many business ventures, some of which failed, exposing Thomas to both hope and disappointment. This experience helped him understand that failure was not the end, but a step toward success. His mother, Nancy Matthews Elliott Edison, was a former schoolteacher who deeply believed in education and intellectual curiosity. She played the most important role in shaping Edison's mind and future success. From early childhood, Thomas showed intense curiosity about the world around him, constantly asking questions about how things worked and why certain events happened. His curiosity was so strong that it often overwhelmed adults. Edison found traditional classroom education difficult because he was restless and bored by repetitive lessons. His teachers believed he lacked focus, not realizing his extraordinary way of thinking. After only a few months in school, his teachers labeled him slow and incapable of learning, a judgment that deeply hurt his mother and threatened his confidence. Refusing to accept this assessment, Nancy Edison removed her son from school and began teaching him at home, a decision that would later change the course of history. Home education allowed Edison to learn freely without rigid rules, encouraging him to explore books, ideas, and experiments at his own pace. Edison developed a love for reading and spent countless hours studying science, chemistry, mechanics, and biographies of great thinkers, which expanded his imagination and knowledge. His home became his first laboratory, where he conducted chemical experiments using simple tools and materials, often learning through failure. Many of his experiments ended in explosions or spills, but Edison never feared mistakes, believing they were essential to learning. Edison later credited his mother for giving him confidence and teaching him to trust his own abilities when others doubted him. At the age of 12, Edison began working by selling newspapers and candy on trains to support himself financially. This job exposed him to business, communication, and independence at a very young age, strengthening his entrepreneurial spirit. Edison went beyond selling newspapers by publishing his own paper, the Grand Trunk Herald, which he printed and sold to passengers. He even built a small laboratory in a train baggage car so he could continue experimenting while working, showing his unstoppable curiosity. A chemical accident caused a fire that destroyed his train laboratory, but this setback did not discourage him from experimenting. During childhood, Edison began to lose his hearing, possibly due to illness or injury, a condition that worsened with age. Rather than seeing deafness as a weakness, Edison believed it helped him concentrate deeply without distraction. A life-changing moment occurred when Edison saved a young boy from being struck by an oncoming train. The boy's grateful father taught Edison telegraphy, introducing him to electrical communication and changing his career path. Edison mastered telegraphy quickly and began working as a telegraph operator across the United States. His work required long hours and constant travel, but it allowed him to study electrical systems closely and gain valuable experience. Edison spent nights experimenting and reading, often sleeping only a few hours, driven by an intense desire to invent. His dedication led to his first major invention, an improved stock ticker that transmitted information more efficiently. This invention brought Edison financial success and recognition, allowing him to focus fully on invention. With his earnings, Edison established his own workshop and committed himself to full-time experimentation. In 1876, Edison founded the Menlo Park Laboratory in New Jersey, a revolutionary concept at the time. Menlo Park became the world's first industrial research laboratory, where systematic invention replaced accidental discovery. Edison worked with teams of engineers and machinists, pioneering collaborative innovation. He believed invention was not luck, but the result of hard work, discipline, and repeated experimentation. In 1877, Edison invented the phonograph, the first device capable of recording and playing sound. The phonograph amazed the world and brought Edison international fame almost overnight. People began calling him the Wizard of Menlo Park because his inventions seemed magical. Edison then turned his attention to electric lighting, aiming to replace dangerous and inefficient gas lamps. He tested thousands of materials before finding a filament that could glow long enough to be useful. The successful incandescent light bulb transformed homes, factories, and cities around the world. Edison also developed the electrical systems needed to generate and distribute power safely. In 1882, he opened the first commercial electric power station in New York City. This achievement marked the birth of modern electric power distribution and urban electrification. Edison's work extended productive hours, improved safety, and changed how people lived and worked. He later became involved in the famous War of Currents against Nikola Tesla and George Westinghouse. Edison supported direct current, while his rivals promoted alternating current. Although alternating current eventually became dominant, Edison's influence remained fundamental throughout his life. Edison held more than 1,000 patents across many fields. His inventions influenced sound recording, electricity, motion pictures, batteries, and industrial materials. Edison played a key role in the development of early motion picture technology. He established one of the first film studios, helping shape the modern film industry. Despite his success, Edison could be stubborn and competitive, often clashing with rivals. Edison married twice and had 6 children, though his intense work habits kept him away from family life. He believed sleep was unnecessary and sometimes worked 4 days without rest. Edison famously said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. He viewed failure as education and believed every failed experiment brought him closer to success. In his later years, Edison focused on improving batteries and industrial materials. He continued working well into old age, driven by curiosity rather than profit. Edison received numerous awards and honors for his contributions to science and industry. Thomas Alva Edison died on October 18, 1931. At the age of 84, his death was mourned around the world, and cities dimmed their lights in his honor. Thomas Edison left behind a legacy that transformed human civilization, proving that perseverance, curiosity, and hard work can change the world. Thank you for listening.